Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, April 6th, and I want to start out today with prayer. Father, thank you for this class. And Lord, I pray that you'd help them to understand what I'm teaching, make it clear to them. I hope you're all doing fine. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so your quizzes were overall pretty good, but I still want to do some review today because there's a few of you that are stuck on a couple of things. And so today, Mondays will usually be review, probably of things in the quizzes I felt like you need a little more help on. So here we go. The first one is, you guys had a little trouble with this. You need to memorize. Classify is a code name. It just means to name something. And every triangle has two names. And so on a quiz, you would see that there's two blanks. Well, the first blank's for the first name. And the first name I always go is by the sides. This has two sides the same and two angles the same. So that means it's isosceles. I can tell that because two sides are the same. The other thing is all of the angles are less than 90, so that means it's also an acute triangle. So one name is going to be by the angles and the other one's going to be by the sides. But you need to give me two different ones, and you have to memorize those, and I told you what page they're on, and I'll leave that with you to do from there. Okay, the next one is Pythagorean theorem. Most of you did awesome on this, but a couple of you, again, got caught a little bit. You just need to start out with this every single time, that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Remember that your c squared, but kind of common sense, is your longer side right here, so it would be the 16. This would be your a, and this would be your b. So if I take a, which is 5, and square it, I get 25, plus b squared, okay, that's my x, so I'm just going to write b squared, equals my c squared would be 16 times 16, which would be 256. Some of you forgot to square your numbers. Now I'm going to subtract 25 from both sides, and then I get that b squared equals 256 minus 25 is 231. And then to get rid of the square, you have to take the square root. And you got to do it to both sides. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Square root of 231 is 15.2. I did that ahead of time. So that is the correct way to do Pythagorean theorem. And you can rewind this and watch it over again if you need to. Now the distance formula between 2 points on a graph actually is the Pythagorean theorem, kind of in disguise. This is your b squared, that's your a squared. And when you take the square root of it, you'll end up, this would be our old-fashioned c, would be the distance between the two. And in a previous video, I showed you on a graph how that worked. So for right now, we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to do d equals. Don't forget to put your square root in. Some of you did that. You just got to be careful. Okay, so I want to subtract my x's. I would go ahead and put x1, your x's and y's up in here so you don't make a mistake with that. So I got to go 3 minus a minus 2, square it, plus 5 minus 1, square it, d equals, now we just take care of doing the math. That means it's minus and minus means the plus, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 squared is 25, 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 squared is 16. So the distance between the two of them would be the square root. I need to add these together. That gives me 41, and the square root of 41 is equal to, wrote that down earlier as well, is 6.4. And so that's the distance between these 2 points on the graph. If you actually measured it with a ruler, you'd find that it's 6.4. Okay, and the last one I want to cover is similar polygons. And what you have to do is you have to match up the sides. So what I always do first is I find where the side that I don't know, which in this case is x right here between h and g. So I'm going to write x down. And then I'm going to put it over. Now I look over here at this one and see what it matches with. Well, this is kind of the long, short side. You see that's between the angle with 1 mark and the one with 2. So I go over here between the angle with 1 mark and one with 2, and I see that's 12. So that's the one that it matches with or corresponds to. So now I need to go over here, and they gave me a whole bunch of other numbers, but I don't care about all the numbers. I'm just going to pick 2 of them. I'm going to pick the 4 from here, and it's the shortest side, so that's easy to tell. This is the shortest side over here, is the 6. To be truthful, I could have used 15 over 20 as well as I wanted to, but I liked using this better, smaller numbers. So now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. 6 times x is 6x. 12 times 4 is 48. divide both sides by 6, and we get x equals 8. Now, to be truthful, a lot of times you're going to get a decimal for this, and that's fine. This one came out as a whole number. So I hope that helps you to review some things, and I'll give you your assignment later when I post the video. Hope you have a great day and enjoy the sunshine out there a little bit.